Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. We got another live stream going on. And yes, you're correct. I didn't notify anyone. I never do. I'm at an appointment with one of my kids. So I'm actually out in the parking lot hanging out. And decided I was going to do a live stream and say, what's going on, everybody? What is up? What is happening? What's going on in YouTube land? What smartphone are you using right now to watch this live stream? Tech for your needs. TJ, what is going on? Thanks for coming on in. Like I just mentioned about 60 seconds ago, I had an appointment with one of my kids. So I'm out in the parking lot. It's 94 degrees, but in my car, I got the air conditioning on. So if it's a little noisy with the fan in the background, my apologies. But at the same time, I give no apologies because I have to stay cool when it's that hot outside. 94 degrees. So let's see. TJ, Sup Note 9, Tech for your needs. Hello there. iPhone 8 Plus. Thanks for letting me know. How hot is it where you live? Man, because it's hot here. You don't hear the air conditioning? That's a good thing. I got to take my car in tomorrow and have the rear, left, right wheel. I got to get new bearings. It's going to cost 300 smacks. 300 smacks. TJ's on his Acer Chromebook. You live in Vegas? Oh, yeah, it's hot, huh? In Vegas, it's hot. Todd, what is going on? What is going on? So, I actually do have a little something to talk about, a couple different things. I don't know if some of you have seen the OnePlus 6T video concept video, I should say. I got some information right here on my lap on my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. A device that I haven't been using a lot lately, but ever since the announcement of the Note 9 and pre-orders are up, I've been deciding on whether I was going to sell this device locally or trade it in for 450 smacks over the Samsung website or just hold on to it. And the more I've been using it the last few days, it's a great device. This is one phenomenal device, and I'd hate to let go of it just to bring something new for the channel. And the S Pen is exciting with all the Bluetooth functionality, but it just may not be enough for me. I mean, it just seems like I'll end up using it for a little bit, reviewing it, and then most likely selling it. I mean, honestly, away from YouTube, as an average consumer, this device fits my needs in a way that I personally would utilize and enjoy it more than a Note device. With that being said, the S Pen could change my mind. I don't think so, but it could. I don't know. So here's the thing. Shout out to Don Bra. Shout out. Sent me a video about the merging of the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Oh, no. Okay, let me go backwards. Apparently, the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus was supposed to be the last of its kind in the Plus S series. Apparently, that information is wrong. So, DJ Doe, the person that's ahead of the mobile division at Samsung, was interviewed after the event when Samsung announced the Note 9 and was asked about that, combining the Plus series with the Note series. And it seemed pretty solid when all that news came out. It seemed pretty solid. That's what Samsung was leaning on doing. Apparently now that's not true. His response basically is they got way too many faithfuls that love their Note devices Why would they do that? As far as the Plus in the S series, the bigger device of the S series, you got a smaller variant and a large variant, the S Plus. This is the 9, right? Those devices are doing fine on their own to disrupt what's going on there as well. There is no intention of combining those two, because what a lot of users were saying is basically the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus is like basically the Note 9 without the S Pen. But DJ Koh was saying, again, the head of the mobile division over at Samsung, that they're quite different. And going forward, the Note series will be different than the S series. And they want to keep it that way because there's too many loyal consumers out there who want that option, that want that choice. Now, that doesn't mean that Samsung's not going to come out with something even better. We have already some rumored leaked information on the X. I don't know if it's the Note X. I don't know if that's the foldable display device that they're going to be coming out with, but that will be different than a Note 10, because he mentioned that we will see a Note 10, which will not be the Note X, which should be the foldable device, okay, the foldable display. We still will get the S10, the S10 Plus, and moving forward, the S series will continue with the Note series. So that's basically what's going on now with that information. Again, I just got this information today. And again, shout out to Don, because a lot of us were talking about those devices being combined into one. And basically, that whole conversation now, from what this video and this interview with the head of the mobile division over at Samsung, this gentleman, basically saying none of that's true. It's something they might have thought about, but that's not what's going to happen as we go into next year. And we don't know what's going to happen the year after that and the year after that. Things can change. But as far as next year, expect the Note 10, expect the S10, the S10 Plus, and hopefully that foldable the foldable display on what that smartphone is really going to be called, we don't know right now. We know it as the X, but moving forward beyond that, we don't know. Okay, there's going to be a lot of different surprises from Samsung. They being Samsung will find a way to stay in the game, one way or the other. Even though we want to see a lot of other companies come into this game and give Apple, Samsung a run for their money, right? I mean, that's we want options. We just don't want those two names. It's great to see the game expand, the competition get better. But obviously within the competition, we're not seeing any price point changes. We're seeing the price points climb and climb. We're not seeing them decline. Okay. So it's interesting. So just wanted to put out that information. DJ Koh, gentleman that's ahead of the mobile division at Samsung, basically stating, expect the Note 10, expect the S series to stick around and the Note series to stick around. And they're not getting rid of anything as of what we know now through this interview after the Samsung event. And that's good news, because why would a company jeopardize something that works for the consumer? And that's good to hear, because if you have that many loyal consumers, basically he was saying he doesn't want to hurt that. He doesn't want to hurt that relationship, is what it comes down to. Phone tech at work, Thick and Chunky Show. Hey, the Thick and Chunky Show. Shout out. Check out his channel. If you love food, this gentleman knows how to review food. He does it locally here in the Portland, Oregon area and around the areas, surrounding areas as well. If you're ever passing through Oregon, check out his videos because he's got a lot of great reviews on a lot of different foods. It's amazing, an amazing channel. He does some great work over there, great editing, great fun. He'll get you laughing and he'll get you hungry. The Thick and Chunky Show. Love it. Thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate it. Phone Tech at Work. Cliff W. J. Will in the house. Do you honestly believe that a folding phone is going to be good? We know it will cost an arm and a leg. Honestly, Jay, I see it being something that is going to eventually, I mean, this is something that was going to happen, but I don't honestly think that it's going to be as practical. And yeah, it's going to cost an arm and a leg and maybe your other arm and maybe your foot, the other foot on the other leg. The thing is, I think it's going to be an option. It may be, you know, what a lot of people say with the Note 9, with the Note series is it's for power users. It's for those that really utilize everything they need in their life when it comes to business, running a business, being a part of business. You do presentations, you know, you power users out there. And there's a lot of you out there. And a lot of you are really fans of the Note series. My son and my wife utilize their Note 8s. They've really, my wife has become a real power user with her Note 8. So I can see how that's very important. I feel that this foldable device with this foldable display is going to be another option for those power users. I don't think it's going to be for the everyday consumer. I really don't see myself carrying around a foldable phone unless it's really tiny. Had a call coming in, I'll call back. It's to me, it's going to be just something that I don't see how it's going to be pretty wide in your pocket, in your like briefcase. I don't know, man. I don't see it practical. I mean, I don't know until it comes out, but I have to agree with Jay right now. If that's, you know, he's asking me a question, and honestly, I feel that within his question, he doesn't believe that it's going to be that practical either for the average consumer, and it's going to be too expensive, way too expensive. Right now, we got $1,000 price point on the 128 gig Note 9, and 512. We have a $1,250 price point. On a foldable device, you're probably looking at $1,250 and up. I mean, honestly, that's, yeah, I agree. I don't see it being practical. And I probably wouldn't spend that kind of money on it, and I'm not going to carry that. So, you know, Jay, question back to you. I don't think that you think it's going to be practical for the average consumer. I'm sure you would bring it in, though, and probably review it. Am I correct? Cliff W. I'm not sold on a foldable phone at this point. Need to wait and see the implementation on how practical it is. Exactly. Thick and Chunky Show. Appreciate it, bro. Hey, nope. Keep doing your work over there, man. Got a lot of YouTubers in here. The Thick and Chunky Show. Jay Williams. Brian. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Todd. Phone Tech at Work, another YouTuber. Let's see. TJ. Okay. Tech for your needs. So hopefully I got that news out as far as the rumored collaboration with the S series, the S Plus series with the Note. That the information now that's being shared in an interview with DJ Ko, the gentleman that heads the mobile division over at Samsung, that's not true. Expect the S series to continue and the Note series to continue with other devices coming in between that. And as far as 5G, he mentioned that the 5G would not be implemented on the S10 Plus. He feels that there's going to be too many stability issues, and it's going to be a while before really that's something that really gets going. And there will be another device that's not mentioned yet that will actually receive that before any other device. So that's a mystery to me. So I don't know. So Big Dog in the house, what's going on? Again, Brian just joined us. Jay, will you be picking up that foldable device once it comes out, even if it costs between $1,250 and $1,500? And the other thing I wanted to talk about really quick, I got a few minutes before my kid comes out of their appointment here. The OnePlus 6T concept video hints at an Oppo R17-like bezel-less design. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's a lot like the Essential. You see that? Now, the rumors and leaks is this is what the device is going to look like. Now, if it's going to sport 2 cameras or 3 cameras, that's still up in the air. There's information saying that it's supposed to sport 3 cameras and a finger print reader underneath the display. Okay, with dual speakers. This is the OnePlus 6T. Now, the video is a concept video, but the picture is supposed to depict on what the OnePlus 6T is supposed to look like. But we're not going to find that out for a few months from now until we really. It's going to be a matter of time before we start seeing a lot more leaks, pics on the OnePlus 6T. But, you know, that's part of the game, right, man? These leaks come out and they change up a little bit here and there. It gets crazy around this time. Now we know the Note 9's here, pre-orders are up. It's time to move on to the next rumor and leaked device because we already have a lot on the Google Pixel 3 XL. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, that notch, those photos, those leaks, that's a cliff. That's a deep, steep cliff. Some of you are calling it the sag. The sag. That notch sags way over into the display, man. It's just deep. It's ugly to me. I don't like it. And the other rumor was 6.7 inches. It went from just a little over 6 inches, 6.4 to 6.7 inches. I don't know. All I know is that notch is ugly. So now we have the leaks on the OnePlus 6T. So here's, let me see if I can find the specs. I don't have the specs. But it's supposed to possibly sport a 20, 16, and an 8 megapixel camera on the back if it has 3 cameras. It's supposed to have the optic AMOLED display, dual speakers, water resistant, and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, which is supposed to come out at the end of the year, which the Razer Phone 2 may be sporting as well. That's supposed to be coming out at the end of the year. So Qualcomm to release the 855 by the end of the year. So we may have some of these devices equipped with that engine underneath the hood, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. Now, I don't know how much a device like the OnePlus 6T with all of that and the 855 would cost. I mean, are they still going to keep that under 600? Will it be between 600 and 700? I don't know. Eric Drummond, what's up? Shawnee, what's up? And Jay says, yes, he most likely will be picking up that foldable device. And now I can see him picking it up. So I'll be watching for that review. Trust me. I'll be watching for that. So what do you think about that design on the OnePlus 6T? They call that the water drip, not the nipple. Remember on the Essential, it was the nipple. This is the water drip. It's more of a V shape. On the Essential, it was more of a U shape. It looks pretty sexy, especially if it sports that in-display fingerprint reader, right? That would be amazing. So anyway, what are your thoughts on that? And man, it's hot. It's hot. 94 degrees. So yeah, I'm thinking about keeping my S9 Plus. I'm glad that I've started using it the last couple of days. I mean, I got you on my G7 right now. I'm going to be taking out the SIM card. I had my SIM in this device. I've been going back and forth. And I think I'm going to take it out and just be sporting it in here for a while. And I'm going to take some time to decide on whether I'm actually going to trade up for the Note 9 or if I'm going to sell it locally. I just having it feels so good. The S9 Plus just feels really good. Got my Poetic Infinity case on here with my skin ready for battle. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on? Tim Percy in the house. Todd says if you're going to have a notch, that's not bad. What's not bad? Now on my G7, I don't necessarily mind the notch because my G7 is a phenomenal device. You want to save a little money, pick up a G7, man. It's a great device. I don't really mind the notch. I still don't like it, but I don't mind it because the G7 gives me a lot positively. So it sort of takes the attention away from the notch. But as far as Google Pixel 3 XL, having that deep of a notch, that cliff of a notch, that sag of a notch, too much. It really makes the iPhone 10 look great. It makes this device look great. It makes a lot of other devices with a notch look really good and sleek if you're going to have a notch. The Google Pixel 3 XL, I don't care how big that device is. That's too much of a notch. Too much is too much, right? And Brian says, no interest in a foldable phone. The OnePlus 6T. And you know what? I'm thinking about that device. If they have the red one, yeah, that looks like a beautiful device, especially with dual stereo speakers on the OnePlus 6T. That's something I may consider. And that's just another device that added to the devices that I'm looking at going into the fall. What devices are you interested going into the fall? What are you looking forward to if the Note 9 isn't going to be for you? And what could you do with $1,000, man? What could you do with 1,000 smacks? You can pay off some bills, pay off the Visa, put it away for your kids' college fund. Take a trip with the family. Yeah, take a trip. A lot of good memories in taking trips with the family with $1,000, right? But you really want that Note 9 for 1,000 smacks. Oh, man, you got to, I don't know. I think the best thing to do is find a promo deal, trade in a device or something. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with $1,000, man. It's amazing what we pay now for devices. Wow, it's just crazy. Can't wait to see the new Razer phone. I'll tell you, the moment I heard news of the Razer Phone 2 coming out by the end of the year and possibly sporting that Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 and still having that 120 hertz refresh rate, woo, I got excited. I had to talk about it the next morning during the early morning vlog. Yeah, I got so excited. I was like, finally, some news on the Razer Phone 2, the second gen. Yeah, I already got money put aside for that. Not 500, not 600, not 700. I got to have a little more put aside for that just in case it's up there. And I'm hoping that they learn from the first go around that they'll market this device with the right price point. But like any device that comes out, the next gen, there's always a little more to it, right? And if they're going to up the game in the camera area, for a lot of you that just thought those cameras sucked, well, it could end up being, well, I'm hoping, they keep the $700 price. It may be $749, who knows? But when you're sporting an 855, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, and you got better cameras, you're going to have the dual speakers, 120 hertz refresh rate. Most likely it's going to be IPS display, a 2K display. Imagine an AMOLED display. Woo! Yeah. They may change the look. I don't mind the look. It's plain Jane, but it's a good looking plain Jane. And I'll tell you this right now, I better not have a notch. The Razer Phone 2 better not have a notch. The Note 9, I'll give it credit. It still has a headphone jack. No notch. Yeah. They kept a little bit of old school in there, right? Yeah, I like that. Totally dig that. And from what I'm hearing, it's not as curved. It's not as curved around the edges. It's a little, it's getting, that curve is becoming less and less. So that 4,000 milliamp battery, you got to dig that too. Let's see. Temper, see, I could get a OnePlus and eat a lot of steak dinners with the remaining 500. Check this out, man. If you want battery life, you can get the Moto E5 that has what, that 5,000 milliamp battery. Am I correct? And buyers, and that's battery life. And then if you want to get into shooting video, taking pics, you can buy a DSLR. You can get a Canon Rebel for a decent price. And there's other DSLRs out there. For 1,000 smacks, you'd have your phone and your camera. Yeah, for 1,000 smacks. And still have enough to go out and eat something at McDonald's and Burger King. Man, for 1,000 smacks, crazy. Brian says, I said it earlier, the LG V40 is the phone I'm most looking forward to this fall. Brian, why is that? Let me know. The essential phone right now in Halo Gray, $329 on Amazon. Tim Percy says, I have the 5,000 milliamp battery in my old Energy 2 Blue. I remember reviewing that device. Is it still working? And where are you at as far as software? Yeah, 5,000 milliamp battery. Woo! All day long. All day long. All day long. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming on in. As always, I don't plan these live streams. I just do them. I came to an appointment for my kid, and I came back to the car, decided to do a live stream, gather my thoughts as much as possible on what I'm going to talk about. If anything, that's why I always put in the title, for the most part, what's up, because then I start thinking, what is it that I really want to talk about? And shout out to Don Broth for sending me that video on the news, on the information about the S10 Plus or the S series combining with the Note series. Not going to happen as far as we know right now. That's that information gone out the window. So, and then then all of a sudden I remembered I wanted to talk a little bit about the OnePlus 6T and what are your thoughts about that device, and then whatever you want to talk about. So I appreciate you coming on in and letting me just sort of quickly gather my thoughts and talk about whatever comes in here. And a lot of times it kind of ends up being mumbo jumbo. So I appreciate your feedback because it helps me out. It really, really does. So I appreciate that. Eric Drummond says, I might get a Xiaomi Mi A2 Lite and the Sony XZ Premium and then pocket the rest of the 1,000 if I had. That's only 800 bones right there. Well, see, that's what he would. Eric says basically he would get a Xiaomi Mi A2 and a Sony XZ Premium with the 800 if he had 1,000 smacks right now. Right there, that's 800. Then he'd have 200 left over. So there's a lot that you could get for $1,000 that's going to be that will fit your lifestyle when it comes to a smartphone. There really is. Again, for you power users, for you that run a business or you work in a business, that's a great device. But if you just got to have it and you don't like anything else but Samsung, and it doesn't matter what anybody says, that's what you're going to get, then more power to you. Enjoy it. Tim Percy says 2-3 days works fine. It was your review that made me buy it. Sweet. And it's still working. That's awesome. Appreciate it, Tim. Cliff W says, glad I could actually catch this one live. Thanks for coming on in. And I basically am done. I think I got to share what I that came into my head and that I had lingering in my brain. I got to drink some water, man. It's 94 degrees. How hot is it where you live? Man, it's hot here, 94 degrees. Got the air conditioning going. Got to take the car to the shop tomorrow. Get some new bearings on my right rear wheel. 300 Smackaroos. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's next for me as far as a smartphone. But until then, I'll stay in touch with the early morning vlogs and an occasional live stream. I've been doing more of them lately. I've been living off live streams, and I enjoy them because I love being live with all of you. It's hard sometimes. It's hard trying to get everything out of here onto there. I appreciate all your patience. Hey, this is your first time coming on by. Please subscribe. Become part of the team. Maybe you have to watch a few videos first. Do that, and if you like what you see, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please share on your social media. And if I never get to all the questions that come into the live stream, please leave it down below so I can get back to you. I appreciate that too as well, because I may not get to your questions. So do not be offended. Leave it down below. I will get back to you, okay, in a timely fashion. So appreciate you coming in. My kids should be coming out here any minute. Let's see, low 80s, lots of rain and flooding. Todd. Tim says 90s. TJ, let's see the S9 Plus one more time. Woo, look at that. Palm trees. Slick wraps. Skin. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Yeah. Totally digging it. Want to see it again? All right, everybody, I'm out, man. Nico. I don't know yet if I'm going to be getting the Note 9. I do not know yet. But I'm going back and forth. Tim says, keep up the great. Quick question. Tudia merge case. Good. Yes. Tudia is a great company when it comes to cases. Shout out to Tudia. Totally love Tudia. Cannot go wrong. Lots of cases for a lot of different smartphones. Check out Amazon, Tudia. Great prices. Great prices. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming on in. Share the video. Thanks for watching. Peace till my next live stream or my early morning vlog. Check out the early morning vlog. Okay? We're in the dark. Driving down the road. You get to see the street lights, the headlights, the neon lights. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks for being a part, everybody. Appreciate your support. Really do. Okay. So that's it. I'm out. I keep saying that. I'm out. One more drink. You guys get me excited.